Hello there, welcome to what is yet another amazing weekly market breakdown. My name is Sibusiso, and in this week I'll be sharing with you a weekly analysis on EURUSD and USD CAD. This is what I do every week so that I will help you learn the market moves easily and simply. So it means that if you are new to the channel or if you have watched my previous video but you haven't already, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss when another video gets uploaded. So without further ado, we're gonna go into these weekly charts. Before we start with our weekly analysis, I thought I should share a few changes that I thought would be very helpful for you. Now, at each end of the videos, I'm going to ask a question which will help me understand what you would like to include in the upcoming videos. Now, this then means that it is important that you watch the video up until the end because the questions will be different. Now, on each question that I will ask you, I would gladly like if you would maybe send a comment so that you can respond to the question that I have asked you to help me understand what you would like to include in the upcoming videos. Now, with that being said, we're gonna go with our first analysis. Now, starting off with our weekly analysis, we're gonna start off with the Euro USD. Now, last week we anticipated that Euro USD was gonna push to the downside, right? And then reach this area here, and then if it reached that area correctively, that was going to be an area where we're going to put our buy. And then if it doesn't do that, then this area right here was going to be the one that we're going to use for our pullback areas. And then now, as you can see, that the market, what it did was, let's just go to the 1 hour time frame. So as you can see, the market, what it did was it approached that area impulsively, which then made us remove that buy limit there and look for the second one around the pullback areas. So what this then means is that for this upcoming week, we're anticipating that Euro USD is gonna, as it has made the impulse here, is gonna start to correct, right? So if it does something like that, then we're gonna have our buy limit, or yes, let's say our buy limit there. Let me just look at that. Yes, buy limit is going to be much better. So we're going to have our buy limit and then push our stop loss. Let's just make it at 32 or 33 pips and have our take profit there. Now, what are we anticipating? We're anticipating that since here Euro USD has made the impulse, we're anticipating that it's going to make the correction like that, right? And then with that correction, it's going to safely trigger us and then push to the upside up until it reaches that area there. Now, should it reach this area impulsively, that's when we're gonna adjust our take profit up until those areas there, because that's where we're trying to reach. But this is the first entry, that's gonna be our first take profit. As you can see that our risk to reward ratio is 5.5, so which is safely to take for us, because we're only taking trades that have a risk to reward ratio of 1:3 or more. Now that is all for Euro USD. Now we want to move on into our next pair, and that is USD CAD. Now looking at USD CAD, we also anticipated the same thing that we anticipated for Euro USD. We anticipated that USD CAD was gonna drop up until this point here. Let me just put that. Okay, so this point there, right? So as you can see here, we anticipated here we had our sales here, right? And then the market pushed the downside and then it started to correct. So because of this correction, we anticipated that the market was going to push to the downside, but as you can see, it started to move to the upside, and that's when we closed with some profits to avoid taking losses after the market has given us some profits. But now, as you can see, now what I saw was that the market might still come to these areas. Why am I saying that? Because if you're looking on the daily time frame, you can see that we had an impulse to the downside, and then this then means the market is consolidating, right? So now it might consolidate because maybe it's consolidating to push to the down, continue going to the downside, or it's consolidating so that you can make the last touch to the downside there, as you can see here, downside there, and push to the upside. So now it means that now what we're anticipating for this week is still the same thing. We're anticipating that the market is going to push up until those areas, but now what is nice about it is that we have better entries right now, because you can see that the market is there, and you see how it closed on the 4-hour. It closed with the reversal pin bar, which then mean that if the market starts to correct, as it has impulse to the upside, if it starts to make the correction to the upside, then that's when we're gonna have our sells there, right? And we're gonna push it up until we get there, right? But our targets for this week is gonna be, as you can see, this is gonna be our stop loss there, right? Now our target for this week is that point here is 5.75, but we're gonna have our minor targets, which is gonna be this area here. We're gonna see how it reaches this area there first, right? We're gonna look at how it reaches that area, and then if it reaches this area impulsively, right, that's when we're gonna adjust our take profits, or just that's when we're gonna let our profits run, because remember, this is our final take profit. So we're gonna set this point as our final take profit, but let the market run. So should the market create any kind of a reversal here on the 4-hour time frame, that's when we're gonna let close the market. But if you see that on the 4-hour time frame is still moving on the impulsive manner, then that's when we're gonna let the market reach the final take profit. So that is all for this week. Now we're gonna go to our recap. Now looking at the recap, we're gonna start off with the Euro USD. We're saying that the Euro USD, see here, we had our impulse, we're gonna correct to the downside, and then we're gonna have our buy limit or a buy stop. Doesn't matter which one you choose, both of them work quite fun for this one here. So I'm gonna have our correction, and then we're anticipating the market to push to the upside, right? And then now for the USDCAD, we're anticipating that the market is gonna create a correction to the upside, and then we're gonna have our buy limit or our sell limit, sorry, or our sell stop. So we're pushing it up until we get there. That's our analysis for this week. Now the question is, what can I do for you, right, to make this moment, the moment that you're watching this video right now, even more magical? If you want to share a thing or two, or if you have the answer to that, make sure that you share it on the comment box, so that it could also help me understand what to put in the content in the upcoming weeks. Now, coincidentally, the tools that you see right here on the screen, these are the tools that I teach my students to help them understand the market better and profit from it. So if you are interested in joining us, make sure that you send me an email using the email that you see on the screen, or better still, go to my website, sign up, and once done, an email will be sent to you which will guide you on how you can get the course for yourself. Now, until next time, my friend, have a profitable week. Cheers.